hired, that work is so important so that they can have independence and be self-sustaining, even support their parents. They can be accepted into society, they can be more integrated, and so on. It touches on the core subject of where does all the attitudes, negativity of the general population against the disabled population, where does that come from? We think of things like lack of education. So in school, they would not be talking about accessibility for the handicap and the rights of the handicap. So, lack of education. But is there an answer to that question of where the massive negativity that stigmatizes in the examples you just described comes from?
One of the things that the way I would like to answer you is to say that you're touching one of the most sensitive parts of the life of the handicaps. And when Mrs. Bernard invited me to Leading Hands 2 or 3 years ago, I did not know what I was getting myself into. And I did not, but I said, I was marked by what had happened during the earthquake. To see so many people losing their limbs. I was scheduled to be somewhere at 6 o'clock, and that place collapsed at 5:10. If it had been an hour sooner, I would not be sitting here. So I've always been marked by this saying. I said, you know what? I've been blessed to be saved, but I owe something. I should be able to contribute something to society and so forth. Now, over the last couple of years as president of Leading Hands, I told my board, my objective is to make here the home of the handicap. I think we're not, yes, we are React Center, yes, we get processing, but I wanted to make it here their home. Because the handicap, if there's one thing they do not have, is a home. Because even at home, they're not at home. Because they are a weight for their family, and so we welcome them. And in making here a home for the handicapped, we have decided, for instance, I asked Madame Bernard that when you hire a new employee, we'll always hire an handicap unless we cannot find an handicap who can perform the task. We have started. We have about 4 or 6 handicaps working here. They are good employees. They are, first of all, the reality of life. If they can't keep that job, where else will they go? They do not have hundreds of opportunities.
Right.
For that and that alone, they'll die for their job. And they're good employees. I like, at a receptionist, one of them is without a leg. You won't even notice it because she got accustomed to warmer positions.
Right.
The other day, to always talk about making this the home of the handicap and sharing the idea that giving them a different environment from what they are accustomed. Mr. Pascal Kojo is our director for the prosthesis
Just met him this morning, yes.
Pascal, one day I told him, we discussed, we needed a new supervisor for our warehouse. And Pascal came to me, he said, I have someone for you. Very good, Pascal. As a director, we just tell Mrs. Bernard who you want to hire. And he came to me and he showed me a lady in a wheelchair without legs. She had lost her 2 legs during the earthquake by staying under the blocks for a couple of days or something horrible.
Right.
And I said, Pascal, can that girl run the warehouse? He said, you wait and see. Believe you me, you should see her going around, giving orders, moving around the warehouse. I have been moved by that. And I realized that we can do a lot more. I'm sure at my company, we would have never thought of putting an handicap in charge of the warehouse. And if you look at this lady in the wheelchair, she's doing the job fine. And guess what? She's the last one to leave here every afternoon. It's not the person.
come
Huh?
here. The first one to come.
And the first one.
Bien lamented.
I see some of the secretaries here yesterday. I had to talk to one of them. I said, how come you're late, you know?
Right.
Can't take that. But that lady who was in the wheelchair, she's on time. And she did the forest. And obviously very honest too.
So